considered one of the greatest midfielders of his generation and one of the most promising coaches in world football. Xabi Alonso is a Spanish athlete who has amassed an impressive fortune, the result of high salaries, multi-million-dollar contracts, and the fame he has achieved both as a player and as a coach. And of course, with such high earnings, he can enjoy a very sophisticated lifestyle, whether living in high-end mansions, flaunting exotic cars, or spending a lot of money on jewelry and yachts. Curious to know how this legend of European football lives? In today's video, you'll discover everything about Xabi Alonso's luxurious life. All the details are up to you now. Let's go! Born in 1984 in the city of Tolosa, Spain, Xabi Alonso, better known as Xabi Alonso, is a former football player and a famous Spanish professional coach. Passionate about football from a young age, Alonso began his career at Real Sociedad, the club from his hometown. With strong leadership on the field, he quickly became captain, leading the team to second place in La Liga in 2003, in one of the most remarkable campaigns in the club's history. His prominence in Spain soon caught the attention of European football, and in 2004, Alonso signed with Liverpool, where he won the UEFA Champions League in his debut season. In the following years, Alonso also won the UEFA Super Cup, the FA Cup, and the FA Community Shield with Liverpool. In 2009, the Spanish star transferred to Real Madrid, where he won La Liga, 2 Copa del Rey titles, and another UEFA Champions League. Before retiring in 2017, Xabi Alonso also played for Bayern Munich, accumulating 3 Bundesliga titles and ending his career at a very high level. Meanwhile, Alonso also shone with the Spanish national team, winning the European Championship in 2008 and 2012, as well as the historic 2010 World Cup, which cemented his name among the leading midfielders of his generation. After retiring, Xabi Alonso began his coaching career. His first steps were with Real Madrid's under-14 team, later moving to Real Sociedad B. In 2022, Alonso took on the biggest challenge of his career to date, becoming head coach of Bayer Leverkusen. And at the helm of the German team, he made history by leading the club to its first Bundesliga title. More recently, Alonso coached Real Madrid for a season and is currently in negotiations to manage a major English football team, with some sources indicating he may take over at Manchester City. With such a successful career as both a player and a coach, Xabi Alonso has become an extremely wealthy man, now able to enjoy a very luxurious life. When it comes to good places to live, Xabi Alonso doesn't usually skimp on his money. He owns, for example, a custom-built mansion in Igeldo, in the city of San Sebastian, Spain. Catering to the tastes of the star and his family, the impressive contemporary-style property has 2 floors and rooms with large glass walls. According to records, the property was completed in 2022 after the former player obtained a building permit. However, in 2024, the Spanish coach was ordered to demolish the villa, located on a cliff, after it was deemed to have violated environmental construction guidelines. While it's unknown exactly how much Xabi Alonso spent on building the property, it's highly likely to have been a considerable sum. Besides this mansion, he also owns another property in Spain, where he stayed after being announced as Real Madrid's coach. It's a large, modern 5-story mansion with over 9,900 square feet of living space, located in El Viso, an upscale area of Madrid, just a few kilometers from the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. Looking inside, you'll notice the kitchen is next to the dining room with a glass table, and the property has 6 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms in total. Going outside, there's a 3,200 square foot patio with beautiful views and great seating areas to enjoy sunny days. According to some sources, the mansion was acquired in 2017 for the staggering sum of 10 million euros, equivalent to $11.8 million. Besides these 2 places, the former player certainly owns other luxurious mansions in other countries. After all, he played for teams in England and Germany. In a video for the Mr. Porter channel, for example, he showed a bit of the beautiful modern mansion where he lived in Munich, situated on an extensive wooded property full of trails, where he walked his dog daily. Upon entering the mansion, there's a very spacious living room with a fireplace to warm the player's family, as well as a large glass wall that floods the interior with natural light during the day. He also showed the kitchen where he used to cook with his children, which is next to the dining room, as well as his exquisite walk-in closet. Although the exact amount Alonso spent on this mansion is unknown, given the small sums he's already given away in advertising campaigns, it's certainly worth millions of dollars. Xabi Alonso spares no expense to have the most modern and luxurious automobiles at his disposal. He is one of the athletes most passionate about high-powered vehicles, having some very exotic cars in his garage, including a Kia Exceed worth $28,000, a Range Rover Evoque worth $55,000, Audi Q5 Hybrid worth $58,500, Audi Q7 worth $64,000, Audi A7 worth $73,000. He owns two BMW X5 worth $75,000, and even an Audi S7 worth $86,000. Among the most interesting cars he owns is a Mercedes 190 SL, one of the most iconic classic cars ever produced by Mercedes. With its retro look, the car has a comfortable interior with wood trim, leather seats, and analog features available to the driver. And it's no wonder that this vehicle can currently be purchased for over $110,000. Moving up the price range, Xabi Alonso owns a BMW i7, the 100% electric version of the BMW 7 Series. Capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds, the i7 is the ideal choice for those who like status and speed, not forgetting its interior equipped with cutting-edge technologies that assist in driving and ensure maximum comfort. This machine also stands out not only for its modernity and luxury, but also for being quite quiet. And if you're curious about the price, a car like the player's costs around $130,000. In his collection, Xabi Alonso also has a classic Porsche 911S, an elegant vehicle with a timeless design, highly coveted by car enthusiasts as a symbol of 1960s motoring. To own one of these, you need to shell out more than $190,000. His most expensive car is a Porsche 356, considered one of the most iconic vintage vehicles in history as it was Porsche's first production model. The price of this machine usually varies depending on its condition, but recently, a car of this generation was sold for more than $198,000. It's no surprise that a football celebrity like Xabi Alonso has plenty of money to enjoy luxury and comfort. He likes to spend, for example, on high-end watches, and it's no wonder he's already given a glimpse of his luxurious collection. Among the most interesting pieces he owns are Garmin Fenix 7 worth $800, IWC Engineer Chronograph Titanium worth $9,500, IWC Pilot Top Gun Ceramic Chronograph worth $9,700, Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman worth $21,000, Rolex Yacht Master Yellow Gold White Dial, $28,000, Rolex Day-Date Chocolate Dial Eve Rose Gold, $42,000, and Rolex GMT Master 2 Yellow Gold, $46,000. Not to mention that he owns an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph, which has a beautiful 18-karat rose gold case, as well as a black dial covered in reflective sapphire crystal. And to own a jewel like that, you need to pay more than $68,000. On his Instagram, for example, Xabi Alonso shared photos on the Astondoa 95 GLX, a custom-designed 95-foot yacht, ideal for those seeking a high-end vessel. The interior of the boat follows a classic architecture, being very spacious with luxurious living areas, an elegant dining area, a compact kitchen, and great spaces for entertainment or relaxation. Furthermore, the yacht can accommodate up to 8 guests in 4 cabins, which have equally sophisticated bathrooms. Outside, there are excellent spaces to enjoy the spectacular sea views. And if you're curious to know how much Xabi Alonso paid, the rental price for this yacht is $10,000 per day. But if the former player chose to buy it, he may have spent around $1.2 million. Besides yachts, the coach also loves to travel comfortably in beautiful private jets, a luxury that probably costs him dearly. Being one of the best players of his generation and one of the most successful young football coaches today, there's no doubt that Xabi Alonso has already earned a lot of money in his career. Most of his wealth was built during his years as a professional player, but this financial success was the result of hard work until he established himself as one of the greatest midfielders of all time. During his time at Bayern Munich, for example, Xabi Alonso received quite high salaries. According to estimates at the time, the Spaniard earned approximately $12 million in 2015, $11.4 million in 2016, and more than $13.6 million in his last season before retiring. But without a doubt, The highest salary the Spanish star earned in his playing career seems to have been at Real Madrid, where he received more than $14.4 million per year. After retiring, Alonso began his career as a coach, a role that also guaranteed him high salaries. To give you an idea, upon taking over as head coach of Bayer Leverkusen, the Spaniard signed an initial 2-year contract with an estimated annual salary of $2.95 million. However, Xabi Alonso's impact was immediate as he transformed the club into one of the strongest teams in Germany. According to various sources, his salary at the club was adjusted to over $7 million per year in 2023. Now acting as Real Madrid's coach, it is believed that the Spaniard received a salary of up to 9.4 million euros, equivalent to approximately $10.6 million. Outside of football, Xabi Alonso also earns considerable sums through advertising deals, as he is a famous former player who has also attracted a lot of attention as a coach. On his Instagram, for example, he has over 13.8 million followers, and among the main companies that have partnered with the Spaniard are Hugo Boss, Emilio Tucci, FedEx, Kia, and Adidas, having been an ambassador for the Porsche design sport line. And if you consider these other sources of income for the former player, his fortune increases considerably. According to some more up-to-date sources, Xabi Alonso's net worth is currently estimated at around $60 million. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, Dios to satisfy your curiosity.